Right now, more people are seeing mountain lions in Western national parks than at any point in the last 50 years. And no, it's not because the cats suddenly lost their ability to hide. Something much bigger is happening. So let's answer the question you're probably already asking. Are there actually more mountain lions, or are humans just running into them more often? The answer is both. Mountain lion populations across the American West have been recovering steadily since the 1960s and 70s, when many states began restricting or outright banning the hunting of cougars. Before those protections, mountain lion numbers had been devastated by bounty programs. Some states literally paid people to kill them. Once that pressure lifted, the cats started coming back. Today, estimates suggest there are between 20,000 and 40,000 mountain lions in the western United States. That is a dramatic rebound, and parks like Zion, Rocky Mountain, and the Grand Canyon sit right in the middle of prime cougar habitat. But population recovery alone doesn't explain why you're more likely to spot one on your next hike. To understand that, you need to look at three converging forces: changes in habitat corridors, a boom in prey availability, and the relentless march of human development toward park boundaries. Let's start with habitat. Mountain lions are what ecologists call landscape species. They need enormous territories. A single male cougar can roam an area of over 200 square miles. That range often extends well beyond park boundaries into surrounding forests, ranches, and increasingly, into suburban neighborhoods. As development pushes closer to parks, it squeezes the buffer zones that mountain lions traditionally used. The cats get funneled into narrower and narrower corridors, and those corridors often overlap with popular hiking trails. In places like Zion National Park, the canyon geography naturally compresses everything: wildlife, water sources, and hikers into the same tight spaces. It's not that the lions are seeking you out, it's that you're both being pushed into the same real estate. Now let's talk about food. National parks have become incredible sanctuaries for deer and elk, the mountain lion's primary prey. In Rocky Mountain National Park, elk populations have at times swelled to numbers that park managers consider unsustainable. Mule deer thrive in Zion's canyons. The Grand Canyon's south rim supports healthy herds of mule deer and even desert bighorn sheep. When you concentrate that much prey inside protected boundaries, where hunting is banned, you're essentially setting a dinner table for predators. Mountain lions follow the food, and the food is inside your favorite park. The third factor is you. Not you specifically, but the massive increase in visitation to Western parks. Zion went from about 2.8 million visitors in 2010 to over 4.4 million by 2019. Rocky Mountain National Park routinely sees over 4 million visitors a year. The Grand Canyon draws 6 million. More eyes on more trails means more chances of spotting wildlife that was always there, but previously went unnoticed. Trail cameras and studies have shown that mountain lions have been living in these parks at relatively stable densities for years. What changed is the sheer volume of humans passing through their living rooms. So now you understand the why. Let's talk about what actually happens when people and mountain lions cross paths, because these encounters are real and sometimes terrifying. In 2018, a trail runner near Horsetooth Mountain in Colorado was attacked by a juvenile mountain lion. The cat lunged at him from behind and latched onto his head and neck. What this runner did next is remarkable. He fought back. He managed to pin the animal and ultimately suffocated it in self-defense. He survived with serious but not life-threatening injuries. Wildlife officers later determined the lion was a kitten, only about 4 months old and underweight, likely desperate for food. In Zion National Park, there have been multiple close encounters that ended less dramatically, but were no less frightening. In 2021, a hiker on the West Rim Trail came around a bend and found herself within 30 feet of an adult mountain lion lying on a rock. She froze, slowly backed away, and the lion watched her leave without moving. Rangers later closed that section of trail for 48 hours. At the Grand Canyon, a cougar was filmed in 2019, walking calmly along the Bright Angel Trail, one of the most popular routes in the entire national park system. Hikers pressed themselves against the canyon wall as it passed. The animal showed no aggression whatsoever. It was simply using the trail the way it always had, as a travel corridor through difficult terrain. And in Rocky Mountain National Park, a mountain lion was caught on a security camera, walking through a campground at 3 a.m. in 2022. It passed within 10 feet of occupied tents. No one was harmed. No one even knew until the footage was reviewed the next day. These cases reveal something important about mountain lion behavior. In the vast majority of encounters, the cat wants nothing to do with you. Attacks on humans are exceedingly rare. You are statistically more likely to be struck by lightning in a national park than to be attacked by a mountain lion. But rare does not mean impossible, and that's why knowing what to do matters enormously. Before we get into that, if you're finding this fascinating, you are exactly the kind of person who belongs in our community. Hit that like button and subscribe to National Park Secrets. We bring you stories and science from America's most incredible wild places every single week. All right, let's keep going. So what should you actually do if you encounter a mountain lion? Rangers across every Western park give essentially the same guidance, and it boils down to a few critical rules. First, and most importantly, do not run. This cannot be overstated. Mountain lions are ambush predators, hardwired to chase fleeing prey. If you run, you trigger a pursuit instinct that is nearly impossible for the animal to override. You cannot outrun a mountain lion anyway. They can sprint at speeds up to 50 miles per hour in short bursts. Running is the single worst thing you can do. Instead, stop. Face the animal. Make eye contact. Mountain lions are not like bears in this regard. With bears, direct eye contact can be perceived as a challenge. With mountain lions, eye contact signals that you are aware, alert, and not easy prey. Cougars depend on surprise. The moment they realize you see them, you have already removed their greatest advantage. Next, make yourself look as large as possible. Raise your arms above your head. Open your jacket wide if you're wearing one. If you have trekking poles, hold them up. If you're with another person, stand side by side. The goal is to look like something that is absolutely not worth the risk of attacking. Mountain lions are calculating predators. They assess the cost of every potential meal. If you look big, loud, and confrontational, the math stops working in their favor. Speak firmly and loudly. Don't scream in a high-pitched, panicked voice. Use a deep, authoritative tone. Some rangers suggest shouting commands like, "Go away," or "Get out of here," as though you're scolding the animal. It sounds almost silly, but it works. You're communicating dominance. If the lion does not retreat, slowly back away while continuing to face it. Never turn your back. If you're with children, pick them up immediately, but do so without bending down, because crouching makes you look smaller and more vulnerable. Have children climb onto your shoulders if possible. In the extremely unlikely event that a mountain lion attacks, fight back with everything you have. Unlike grizzly bear encounters, where playing dead can sometimes be the right strategy, playing dead with a mountain lion is a death sentence. Use rocks, sticks, your fists, your water bottle, anything. Target the eyes, nose, and face. People who fight back against mountain lion attacks survive at overwhelmingly higher rates than those who don't. Now here's something that might surprise you. Mountain lions are far more elusive than bears, and there's a fascinating biological reason for it. Bears are omnivores. They forage in open meadows, dig through logs, and raid campgrounds. Their lifestyle puts them in visible places during daylight hours. Mountain lions are obligate carnivores and crepuscular hunters, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk. They spend their days resting in dense cover, under rock overhangs, in thick brush, in places you would walk right past without ever noticing. A mountain lion can be lying 10 feet from a trail, and you would never know. Studies using GPS collars have shown that mountain lions routinely let hikers pass within startlingly close distances without revealing themselves. Researchers in the Santa Cruz Mountains of California found that collared mountain lions were within 50 meters of a human on average about 100 times per year, and almost none of those people ever saw the cat. Mountain lions are ghosts. When you see one, it's either because the cat made a mistake, it's a curious juvenile, or circumstances compressed you both into an unavoidable meeting. That's why prevention matters more than reaction. Here are the safety precautions every hiker should follow in mountain lion territory. Hike in groups. Mountain lions almost never approach groups of 3 or more. Make noise on the trail, not with bear bells, which are largely ineffective for cats, but with conversation and periodic clapping. Avoid hiking at dawn, dusk, or after dark, when lions are most active. Keep children close and in sight at all times. Never approach a dead animal on the trail, because it could be a lion's cached kill, and mountain lions will defend their food aggressively. Carry a bright flashlight if you're out near sunset, and be especially alert in narrow canyons, on brushy switchbacks, and near water sources where prey animals congregate. The truth is, mountain lions and humans are going to keep encountering each other more frequently. Our parks are not getting bigger, but visitation keeps climbing, and wildlife populations continue to rebound. This is actually a conservation success story. The fact that mountain lions are thriving in these landscapes means the ecosystems are healthy. But it means you need to be an informed visitor. Understanding these animals, respecting their space, and knowing exactly how to respond if you meet one on the trail is not optional anymore. It's part of being a responsible hiker in the 21st century American West. If you learned something today that could keep you or someone you love safer on the trail, please share this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to National Park Secrets and hit the bell so you're notified every time we publish a new deep dive into the wild, hidden, and sometimes dangerous side of America's greatest national parks. We'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there.